I have 20 copies of Cars 2. Why? In 2006, Pixar released Cars. The movie, not the actual product. The concept was simple. Talking cars. I mean, why not? They already had talking toys, insects, monsters, and fish. Why not cars? Anyway, the movie was obviously a hit, earning around $462 million at the box office, which I think is pretty good, I'm not sure. Now here's a question for you. If you make something that does really well, do you A, make something new and exciting, or B, make another one? That's right, make another one.
Another one.
I mean, why waste money making something new and exciting when you can just repeat what everyone likes? So in 2010, Cars 2 was announced, and a year later, released. Disney had a lot of hope for Cars 2 with a budget of around $200 million, which I think is pretty big, I'm still not sure. Unlike the first one, which focuses more on racing, which is a pretty common thing for cars to be used for, they focused on a more spy theme, like James Bond or Mission Impossible. I mean, there was still racing in it, but that wasn't the main highlight anymore. Instead, the movie focused on Mater, the comic relief character from the first movie, and how he accidentally ends up working with two spies, Holly Shifwell, and the coolest character in all of fiction, Finn McMissile, my goat. They put a stop to an evil oil corporation who made a renewable fuel that kills cars to make other renewable fuel companies seem bad so that more cars buy oil. Keep in mind, the first film was about racing. Anyway, despite this super cool and awesome narrative, critics didn't like it. In fact, pretty much nobody did, with a 39% from critics and a 49% from the audience on Rotten Tomatoes. It's clear why Pixar went back to focusing on racing in the third entry. But why do I like it? Why do I like Cars 2 so much that I got 20 copies of it? Well, it goes back all the way to when I was, I think 5 years old, maybe. I loved Cars 2. I remember watching it all the time. I don't know exactly what it was that made me love it so much. Maybe it was the cool lights of Tokyo, or the fun action scenes with my glorious Finn McMissile. But I loved it, and I always did. But for a while I kind of forgot about it, it just kind of drifted off. Until one random day around early 2023, when I realized how much hate Cars 2 got. This angered me. I loved Cars 2, but I never understood why other people didn't. I looked into it and found out apparently focusing more on the comic relief character and having a completely different theme to the first one doesn't work for most people. Also, with all the weird, toilet scenes. But it worked for me. I talked about Cars 2 lots, and any opportunity I had to bring it up, I'd bring it up. Anyway, one day I went into a store. Now, this store will be mentioned a few times throughout the video, so I need to clear up some things first. The name of the store is spelled C-E-X. How do you think that's pronounced? Maybe it's said how it's spelled, and you just say C-E-X when you want to go there. Or maybe you'd pronounce it the same way I did for 14 years, as Kex. No. It's pronounced sex. Haha, yeah, very funny. Shut up. I just thought I'd get that out of the way so you're not confused every time I say sex. Anyway, when I was in sex, I saw a Blu-ray copy of Cars 2 and thought to myself, I should get that. I mean, everyone loves physical media. It's not like it's dying or anything. So I got it. Little did I know it would start something massive. A few weeks later, I found out they made a Cars 2 video game for the Xbox 360 that was backwards compatible on the Xbox One. You see, back in the days, it was very common for movies to get their own video games. Some of them were just cheap cash grabs, but some of them were really good. I'm talking about Toy Story 3, by the way. That game was great. What's interesting about Cars 2 is the amount of video games it had, which leads us into our next section, Cars 2 video games. Because trust me, there's more than you think. First, we have the Xbox 360, PS3, Wii, and PC versions. This is what I like to call the main version of the Cars 2 video game. It's got the usual kart racing mechanics like racing, multiplayer, guns. There's actually quite a few unique modes to keep the game interesting, which is great because I normally get bored of kart races pretty quickly if I'm playing by myself. The Xbox and PlayStation versions are almost identical, though the Wii version is obviously downgraded because, it's the Wii, it's not as powerful. Now the PC version came out a little later to all the others, but obviously it's better looking than all the rest, right? I mean, it's on the PC, and PCs are the most powerful things ever, right? Right? yeah, no, for some reason Disney decided to port the Wii version of Cars 2 to the PC. Anyway, let's move on to the DS and the 3DS versions. I'm not sure why they did both the DS and 3DS, but I mean, it's Disney, they can afford it, so why not? These versions are a lot different to the main version, as the story mode in this one is a retelling of the movie, and in the main version, it's just holographic spy missions. Now there's two types of levels. There's racing, and there's stealth. The stealth levels are actually pretty fun, even though I don't really like stealth games. I honestly prefer the story mode of the DS versions compared to the actual main version. Oh, also, I almost forgot, there's also an arcade version, which is just a dumbed down version of the main Cars 2 game. Then there's the PSP version, which could have easily been a slightly worse version of the main game, because PSP is pretty powerful, or even just a better looking DS version. But no, instead we have a brand new 2.5D racing game. The iOS version of the game is just a simple 2D side-scroller platformer, so there's not much to talk about there. But that's pretty much all of the Cars 2 video games. Except it's not. See, before 2021, there was this little thing called Adobe Flash Player, a game engine where you could make games and upload them to the internet. This was massive, and I think everyone kind of hates Adobe for getting rid of it. Of course, that means there's also a bunch of official Cars 2 Flash games, such as World Grand Prix, Gajinko, Guido's Tire Jungle, Monopoly, Music Maker, Cars 2 Mashup, Creative Activity, which is made by Fisher-Price, Lego Grand Prix, World Grand Prix, which is different to the other World Grand Prix, and Majors on a Mission, also made by Fisher-Price. There was also a few games I could find on YouTube, like this one Cars 2 AppMates game, or the Cars 2 Mobigo game. There's probably way more games that I haven't found yet, so if you know of any, please comment down below, because that would really help. There is actually one more Cars 2 game I haven't mentioned, but I'm going to save that for later. For now, let's get to the part of the video that you're probably here for. Alright, so I'm going to split my collection into 4 different parts, starting with the DVDs. First one is this one, the traditional blue cover. I got this one from a charity shop. You know, you can see the disc there, it's your normal disc. Okay, so we got this. Then, we've got these 3. Yeah, these are just more of the same. Well, these 2 are the same as this one. This one's red. Then, I got this one, which is technically different, but also, check it out, it is once again the exact same thing. One thing I've literally just discovered though, is that the disc is actually different. So altogether, these ones that I got were about £1.50 each, so that makes the total around £7.50, and for all the Americans out there, that's about $9. Alright, next off, we get to some more interesting things. We've got the For Your Consideration version of Cars 2. Now, to my knowledge, I think this was given to people at an award show, I want to say the Oscars? We got this, and it is actually kind of different. So you got this, also it's made out of paper, or card, actually no, more like card. If you take it out, see the disc, it's actually very different. Read it, it says For Your Consideration. Point is, it's pretty cool. I think it's meant to be rare, but I got this one for pretty cheap. I got it for about £3.50 back in. I think there is actually another version of this one. There's a blue one. I'll show a video here of what it looks like when you turn it on. For reference, normally there's like a main menu and stuff, like a normal DVD, but this one's slightly different. Finally, the DVDs, we have the special collection edition. I call it the special edition. Now what's unique about this? This is the last copy of Cars 2 that I got. Like, this was my 20th copy of Cars 2. I got it because, you know, on the side it looks pretty cool, it looks pretty magical. Also, if you noticed here, it says 0, unlike on all the other ones have like this U, because that's the UK's like age rating thing. This is different. This, if you read the text on the back, I don't know if it's going to focus, but that's German. So yeah, it's a German copy of Cars 2 from the Special Collection. You're probably wondering, what's the Special Collection? I have no clue. I have no idea what the Special Collection is. If you look inside, the disc is actually slightly different. It's got like the Cars 2 thing, and it has a Special Collection thing. And it's got the code, yeah. I remember they used to have this. I think you got like some cool extras and stuff. So yeah, that's all for the DVDs. Right, we can move these out of the way. Alright, for our next section, we've got the Blu-ray. Alright, so this first one is the first Cars 2 copy I ever got. Looking inside, it's exactly what you'd expect a Blu-ray to be. The disc looks a bit better than it does on the DVD versions, or at least some of the DVD versions. Then we move on to this one, which I got from a different sex. Now what I like about this one is how big it is. Like, okay, if you compare the width, actually it doesn't look too different. This one looks slightly bigger. But, okay, just for a review. How many discs are in here? That's right, 1. Alright, now get your fingers out, because it's counting time. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Now, what are each copies? Great question. This one is the 3D version. I don't have a 3D TV. This is the Blu-ray version, same as in here. This is the bonus features, and this is the digital copy, which if you put into your laptop or computer or whatever, you can essentially download it and have it there forever. I think that's how it works. I don't know. I'm not old. We've got this. I really like this version. It looks very cool. I mean, it's not in the best condition, but this is the Steelbook version of Cars 2. Open it up, and ooh, look at it! Look at this art. How beautiful. This one has 2 discs. It's got the Blu-ray and it's got the DVD version. So that's pretty cool. So I got this one from eBay, and then a day after ordering that version on eBay, I saw this in a charity shop. So yeah, now I've got 2 Cars 2 Steelbooks. And then for Christmas 2023, I got given the 4K version because this cost like 10 quid, which at the time was pretty expensive for me. You want to look inside? Yeah, take off the slipcover, and oh my gosh. I just realised I've never opened this. It's still in the wrapping. You know what? I'm going to keep it like that. You don't get to find out what's in it. But I mean, it says up there 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray. I'm assuming it's just got that. But you know, I think I'm going to keep it in there for the pristine. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it like that. Now for the third section, we have the CDs. This is the only CD I've got, because this is a very short section. Yeah, it's a CD. What do you expect? Open it. What do you find? You find this. It's a CD. I think there are other versions of the CD. And now, finally, the video games. First off, we've got the Xbox 360 version. This is the first video game one I got, and also the only one I can actually play. This one cost about 6 quid. It is backwards compatible on Xbox One and obviously Xbox Series X. Yeah, what have we got in here? What have we got? Yeah, just your normal manual, and also some toys. They got a notes section in case you're a pro Cars 2 player and you need to write down some notes and you don't have any paper. So yeah, this. Now most of these I did obviously get from Sex because it is a video game store. So we got this one, the Wii version. Costs about £2.50. Then we've got the PSP version, slightly shorter than all the others, just to be awkward. Then we've got the 3DS, and we've got the PS. Alright, then this one I got from eBay. I could have probably got it from Sex, but the only problem is that not a lot of the Sexes near me were selling it, so as you can see, it's got like completely different gameplay to the rest. It's got a weird looking disc, because you know, that's the PSP for you. And then finally, to end this off, this. What's this? Great question. This is the Cars 2 Preview Disc and Activity Center. This is the game I was on about earlier when I was like, oh, there's one game I haven't mentioned yet, but I'll mention that later. This is later. This is now. This is what I was on about. This one was about 7 quid, which means in total, after doing a lot of maths, I've spent about 83 quid on Cars 2, which is about $100. Anyway, let's move on from that, and let's focus on this preview disc. I could just tell you what's on there, but how about I show you the pain I had to go through to get this to work. Now before I show you the clips, I should let you know that my laptop doesn't have a disk drive, so I had to buy this super cheap one I found on Amazon. You'll see why that's important in a sec. Anyway, let's go back to around 2 weeks ago. Alright, so before we put the Cars 2 disc in, we gotta actually make sure that the disc drive, the super cheap one that I bought off Amazon, works. So, alright, moment of truth, let's plug it in. Okay, oh, wait. Ooh, okay, we got something. Alright, we got the disc. Take the disc out, and we're gonna put it on the disc drive. Now we're gonna push it back in. Moment of truth, people. Okay, it's making noises. Nothing happened. I mean, it looks pretty clean. I mean, there's one minor, very small scratch. I'm gonna grab a Cars 2 DVD and see what that does. This sounds a lot healthier. Whoa, okay, come on. So now it works. What's this? What's a VOB? What the hell is a VOB file? So that's, I don't know if that's good news or bad news. The fact that the DVD works, but the preview disc doesn't. Does it only accept DVDs? Because I feel like a disc reader should read all kinds of discs. Watch movies, burn files, install software. Okay, come on. Please, disc driver from Amazon, I need this. Okay, so here's the plan. I've got the orange box for PC, like the disc, to see if it works. If it does work, then there's probably a problem with the disc. If it doesn't work, then it's probably a problem with the disc reader.
3 days later.
Okay, so right off the bat, I apologize for the poor microphone quality. I don't have access to my really good microphone right now, so you're just gonna have to deal with this. I tried the orange box, the PC version of the orange box, on the disc reader, but that worked. So then I started thinking, oh, it must be the disc's fault, right? Well, I thought one last thing, and that's to go to college, put the disc into one of the computers in college. Now, as much as I didn't want it to be true, I was pretty certain that something was wrong with the disc. Turns out I was wrong. The disc worked. So what you see here is the files I managed to get. Okay, so right off the bat we've got auto run. Then we've got this, Cars 2, and it's an application. Now, what's funny about this is if you notice here, it's got F here. Now, if you don't know, it says right there actually, Adobe Flash Player. Adobe Flash Player was taken down a couple years ago. But right off the bat, let's just try it. Come on, Adobe Flash Player. Suspicious. Whoa, stuff is working. Avast, get in the way. Oh, Adobe Flash Player. Avast Cyber Capture. Go away, Avast. Something's happening. Guys, it's working. How is Adobe Flash Player working? Oh my gosh, Avast, I'm going to crash. No, just go away. I don't hear any sound. Copyright warning. This CD-ROM. See, what's interesting, I don't know how CDs work once again, but I just literally took the files from the CD and then put them onto OneDrive, which seems like piracy. Go away! Go away! Avast, I'm going to crash out. So when I go full screen, it's on the left of the screen. Okay, that's fine. Editor, crop the screen. Boom. Look, done. Alright, so I'm not hearing any sound. I don't know if there's meant to be sound, but whatever. We've got make your own, we've got downloads, and we've got video player. Let's start with make your own. This sounds interesting. Okay, there's sound. Make your own. Complete each of the Super Spy video game printables and become a true secret agent. Use your spy skills to find the secret access code needed to get your Chrome certificate. Right, a few things to talk about here. First off, right off the bat, Chrome is like the secret spy agency that Finn McMissile works for. I'm pretty sure it's never said anywhere in the movie, but it is said in the video game, so. Okay, if I hit turbo cards, I'm pretty sure these are just print your own top trumps type things. Oh, I think they're meant to pop out with something. Oh, yep. Yeah, this. So, turbo cars. And see here, secret code piece 3. It is top trumps. See all these, you print them out, and then here's the other side. I'm pretty sure there's 2 versions. Like, hold on, let me try it. If I click this. Oh, yeah, I see what that does. I didn't. So you can get it so it has these on the back instead of these. I'm sorry, can someone explain how Adobe Flash Player is still working? Thank you. Room sign. Pretty sure this is. Oh, you actually make your own. Oh, cool. Oh, you can choose small. Oh, you can choose it anywhere. You can put it anywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. Okay, that's kind of a shame. Let's get a large Finn McMissile. I want to print that. Oh my gosh! Oh, and secret code. It's crazy what you can do with technology in 2011. Scene selector. Make your own scene selector. My mouse is not where the thing is. Oh, I want Finn McMissile. I want another Finn McMissile. Okay. Okay, so you just drag it on, and then it does that. Finn McMissile. Oh. So, okay, I think that's all it has to do on the Make Your Own section. Downloads. Become a Chrome member and receive a certificate. Members can only join using top secret access code. Use your best spy skills to complete the Make Your Own activities and find the code. We'll get to that afterwards. That's like a cool thing after. Okay, let's
Peggy
watch
7.
I'm assuming these are just trailers. 6, 9, 5. Enter code. Oh, awesome. We get a PDF file. A certificate PDF. Alright, this is something I wanted to talk about. This, right here. That is a human. And this is meant to be canon to Cars or whatever. This, I think it's canon. And so what I'm pretty much saying is that there is a human in the Cars universe. Supposedly, this is meant to be us. But just so you know, this might be the first time this has ever been documented online. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen nothing about any of this stuff. Alright, so I'm so glad I found that secret code so I can unlock that. I think, from the looks of it, that is about it. So if we take another look in the Cars 2 folder, you got this, whatever, fs command, Cars2 _ secret journal. What does this mean? Let's find out. This is the exact same thing.
So yeah, there's nothing much on there except for a few printable things for kids, which I guess makes sense. I mean, I was kind of hoping for a demo of the Cars 2 video game, but I mean, this is still cool. Kind of. Now, believe it or not, there's actually way more copies of Cars 2 that I haven't got, and probably won't get because I've already spent more than enough money on this. Welcome to copies of Cars 2 that I don't have. This is a slideshow I made in about 5 minutes with all of the Cars 2 copies I saw but I didn't get. First off, we've got this one. The Cars 2, I think it's Blu-ray. I saw this on eBay. It has 2 discs in it. And what's interesting about it is that I can't find it anywhere else. I don't know where this is from. But like, why is it a square? Because it's not the CD, it is the DVD. Next one, we've got this one. Now, these two may seem the same, but they're actually slightly different. This one's German, and also has 3 figures instead of 2. I don't know why this one has 2 and this one doesn't, because there's a very obvious spot where there's meant to be a 3rd. Next, this one. This one I was planning to buy as my 20th copy of Cars 2, but it was like 40 quid. It looks really cool though. Like, you see this globe here? That opens up and it has like 5 copies of Cars 2 in it. Anyway, this is the other Cars 2 for your consideration that I was on about earlier. It's blue. Anyway, then we've got this one, which is just the DVD version of Cars 2, but it has a BG thing here. I think that's like an import from another country or whatever. It's not actually that interesting. I don't know why I included it on here. This is PSP, but I'm assuming Polish. Next one. This is the MobiGo game I was on about earlier. You know that one? Yeah, next one. This one I saw ages ago. It's Cars 2. Well, I was going to say Target, but apparently it's Best Buy exclusive. Next one. This one is the Blu-ray and the DVD, and it just says rental copy at the top. I'm assuming this is when stuff like Blockbuster was out. This is that other CD I was on about. Well, actually, there's a couple more CDs, but this one is German and also has a different front cover. This is the other CD I was on about. This is like the fancy one. This is the top secret. Apparently, this was only for people who like worked on Cars 2. Pretty expensive, not worth it, but it's got the exact same stuff on it from the looks of it. But it looks cool with the whole like cardboard design and the top secret thing, even though it's clearly not that secret. This is just Cars 2 but in a different language. Before you ask me which language, I want to say Spanish. This I saw a while ago, and I just thought it was the Steam version of Cars 2, but no. So if you look on the back, it's the preview disc, but it's promoted differently. I don't know if it's like any different, because obviously it looks a lot different, but on the back it clearly, like, it's got the cards, it's got this, it's got the video. This one, it comes with whatever flights. It comes with that. Pretty cool. This one is silver. Dude, why did I include this one? I don't know. I made this like a week ago. Then we got this one, which is it's one of those. It's one of those booking CDs. I think that's it. I think that's it for the slideshow. Thank you for listening. Let's move on to the next section of the video. But why did I do all this? Why did I collect 20 copies of Cars 2? Well, there's 3 reasons. Reason number 1, it's funny. Or at least I thought it was kind of funny, and that's what matters. Reason number 2, collecting stuff is actually pretty fun. I mean, it doesn't really matter what you collect as long as it isn't illegal. There's just something about collecting that I enjoyed more than I thought I would. And finally, reason number 3. I want to be known as the guy who owns 20 copies of Cars 2. Because, let's be real, who knows someone who collects copies of Cars 2? Well, I did actually see this one guy who owns every copy of the Cars 2 video game, and I'm sure I'm going to have comments about people who have more copies of Cars 2 than me. But still, when I die, people will either know me as the guy who owned 20 copies of Cars 2, or they won't know me. Anyway, thanks for watching, subscribe, like, all the other stuff. I know this isn't the type of content I usually do, but honestly, I'd like to think there isn't a specific type of content that I do. I just like to make videos about stuff I enjoy, even if that's Cars 2. Okay, bye.